Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Big Nose,
Hi, I'm Mennonite.
and this is the Red String Talks. Yeah,
Yeah, we talk about things, spoopy things. Well, not necessarily spoopy things, but we talk about the things that aren't necessarily 100% credible.
yeah,
I don't want to say conspiracy theories,
but
but
pretty damn close.
pretty damn close. Like right on the line. Like if this is the line of conspiracy theories, right there.
Yeah,
Not
right
quite
about.
touching.
Yeah, it's pretty close. But yeah, again, like just conversation, civil, um, 18 plus, um, have good time, debate and comments, have fun in Discord.
Exactly. Most of that was an outro, but hell yeah, we're putting it in an intro because the Red String Talks, we do things crazy.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Hello, everyone. My name is Mennonite. I'm joined with the OG Big Nose, or Big Nose as we call him here, and Ken Dosey. You're back in the Discourse Bar. Now, mind you, this series is called the Red String Talks. So that's a thing.
So, yeah. This is where we get a little bit more conspiratorial.
Not entirely conspiratorial, but you get the point. So,
Yeah, we start talking about some things that might go a little bit off the deep end.
right.
I mean,
And
we're
Ken,
unscripted normally, but we go
this is
like
even less
really unscripted on this one.
Yeah.
What are we talking about today?
Talking to you, Candosi. Talking to you.
Oh, my bad.
You're the one who
So
suggested it.
This was
Today-
your idea.
Today, we are talking about the U.S. attempting to ban TikTok and how probable that is, and yeah.
And is it
gonna go
even
down that yellow
legal?
brick road.
How
Yeah, yeah.
probable, how legal. Yeah, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? Any articles, anything that you want to bring up before we actually start, discussing things that we haven't mentioned facts on?
So honestly, and this is the frustrating part about my research into all of this, and you cannot, honest to God, find an article within like the first 3 or 4 pages of Google talking about the legality of a app ban, right? All they really talked about was opinion-based pieces of like, oh, is it like ethical for the United States to ban an app? Is it right to ban an app? Can the United States even ban an app? Mind you, every time it was one of those can you ban an app, it was always a staunch no they can't, but never like, hey, this is the law that says you can or can't ban apps. So a whole lot of opinion pieces, which was really frustrating. So that was
personally I have asked around, and I have had a couple of people actually say something along these lines. But one of the people said the USA cannot ban TikTok because the reason for the ban is that China has access to our servers, but that is not the case. The US servers are stored in Singapore by request. What's your opinion on that?
I had not heard that until now, because I ran into the same problem Menno did. All my research was leading to the exact same stuff he was talking about. So, yeah, that's a new one by me.
So what do you think the legal ramifications of having US separate servers for TikTok and everything going on in terms of that? What do you think the ability to ban the app would be, or the ability to even access those servers for TikTok?
Not gonna lie, I don't have any thoughts about that immediately. Menno, do you have anything?
So I run into 2 problems when it comes to this debate. So first off, like it sets a almost scary issue, like precedent in the United States. if the United States government is allowed to ban an app, well, then like where does it stop? Like, at what point does the United States say, "Hey, we're just doing all this for national security"? Because that's what the whole debate is national security. Everyone says, "Oh no, it's a whole bunch of TikTokers trolled Donald Trump on one of his campaign tours, and so that's why he's banning the app." That's not entirely true at all. It's because we might be going to war with China soon, because of all the issues that are going on in China right now. Not to mention all the data mining that TikTok is doing. And the fact of the matter was, it is a Chinese-owned app. Which, funny enough, everyone says that, oh, it's not like China that owns it. It's one of the, companies in China. I'm like, but China is a communist government. All business in China, except for in Hong Kong, which is an entirely other issue, but all other business in China is at least majority owned by the Chinese government.
Yeah.
So that it was a huge national security debate on whether or not to allow it to even exist in the first place within the past few months. But again, it sets that precedent of how far will the United States go in the terms of national security, because we've already seen issues with like the Patriot Act, which they might try to ban under that if they even can legally ban the app, but it would have to probably be under the Patriot Act, which is still in effect to this day, to my knowledge at least. So
I think it is still in effect.
Yeah. I know I had something, but I honestly did completely forget about it. It was another question having to do with the separate server and all of that. Anything else y'all want to bring up?
Well, so like if it's a separate server, exactly what is that? Well, I don't see how that would like remotely protect U.S. citizens from data mining. Even though it is a separate server set up in Singapore, it's still, again, a Chinese government. It's still a Chinese-owned business. So wouldn't they still be able to like pull data even if it is another server?
Yeah.
Like,
personally, I can tell you, I do make TikToks. I do have the pro account. I don't have many followers, and I don't really care to have many followers. But one of the things that comes on to that pro membership is whether or not you can actually put yourself out there for sponsorships. And you have to meet a certain level of quota, a certain number of likes, certain number of videos, all of that. And one of those things is actually like personal information. How old are you? So you can't have like, it makes sense not having 16-year-olds get sponsorships, but at the same time, you have to be 18. And I have seen and heard of people being over the age of 18, significantly over the age of 18, who aren't able to get those sponsorships because of the inability to go on there, unless they're searched out specifically.
right.
My personal, it shows me as over the age of 18. So there's obviously something showing that, but
Well, and it's like every other website. You can always like enter in a fake age. That's not hard to do by any means. Like, how many of us at like the age of 15 were on a porn site? It's kind of my whole thing. Like, it's easy to lie about your age on the internet. I don't really see exactly. I mean, aside from a partnership, which is technically a business deal, then they would find out your age, and so you'd get denied the partnership. But
well, yeah. But it's making sure and all of that. But regardless, there is obviously this data mining, and there has been this data mining, and we have proof of this. And we don't know exactly what the servers would actually do due to the fact that it is a Chinese government-owned app. It's a business. But if it is banned, what do you think the step for all of said creators would be? What do you think that next step would be?
Well, I've seen a lot of people. I don't really make TikToks, but I watch people's TikToks. I've seen a lot of creators making messages saying, if it gets banned, we'll find something new. a lot of them didn't seem to really have an idea of what something new would be. They just had hope that, well, after Vine died, we got TikTok. So, so far, not really sure where people would go. People don't seem to be sure where they would go either. I've seen a couple transfer over to Instagram, but
I've seen a lot of transfers to Instagram. I've seen a lot of people transfer to YouTube where you can have longer formats. But yeah, it seems like a lot of people like TikTok was their one thing, and so they don't really exactly know where to go from there.
Yeah, because a lot of what people seem to like is the short form, and is the fact just the way TikTok is set up and the way you can use music and sounds and everything on it, and you can more or less get away with it, whereas you can't do that on YouTube because media law, copyright. So.
Yeah, I actually remembered what I was going to talk about before. So we mentioned.
Ooh, now you remember. Ooh, look at you.
I remembered. So we talked about the whole confidentiality kind of thing, like protecting the U.S. From information being stolen and all of that. But at the same time, there's already a ban, and I don't know if you know about this, Candosi, but there's a ban on TikTok being downloaded onto government phones. So phones that are specifically for people in the fields which they have to have secret or higher security clearances. You just can't have TikTok downloaded on them. And one thing that I know personally is put out there for all DoD and all of that. It's generally suggested that military personnel do not have TikTok downloaded on their device at all. Like they don't have TikTok.
Right. And so like it goes further into just having classified material on the phones. I mean, all information is technically classified that I'm about to talk about, but it's like, and I'm not going to talk about the actual classified material. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm doing. Don't find me NCIS because I'm not talking about classified material. But it could have times, dates, stuff like that, where it's not well, it is technically confidential, but it's not like, oh, hey, these are nuclear weapons codes. But it's still
or these are the numbers that actually go to a nuclear generator.
Yeah. It's like these are like, still security risk of saying like, oh yeah, this ship is pulling into this port on this date, or this army unit is deploying at this date. That's what is technically classified. And from what I was able to see, TikTok does have access to that kind of information. Versus your regular cell phone, you're not going to have that kind of information on your regular cell phone. So that's why it was banned for employees having it on government phones. Which, in all honesty, government phones suck. So if you can make TikTok work on a government phone, good on you.
I have seen Candy Crush Saga run on a government phone.
Yeah, but that was one out of how many government phones?
I know, right? But regardless, I'm going to say we've discussed pretty much everything that we were able to find on this. There's not much. There's very little, and it's all speculation, to be completely honest, from everyone. And so I'd say this is a good wrapping up point.
If you want to bring us back to grid view, that'd be sweet.
Done.
Let him go. He's our overlay expert here. He just records all this stuff, so that's what he does. It's his job. So yeah, this has been the Red String Talks. We might have a longer format when we find other things to talk about.
That we have more information on.
Right? Other things to talk about. So yeah, thank you for joining us. I have been Mennonite.
I've been Big Nose.
Candosi, and I talked over Big Nose.
That's what Candosi does. She just talks over everyone because she's an awful human being. I'm just kidding. It's awesome. So yeah, we'll see you on the next Red String Talks, or the Red String Talks. I forget what I actually named this, and I'm the one that created this entire idea.
It's the Red String Talks, by the way.
It's the Red String Talks. All right,
It's
cool.
the Red String Talks.
The Red String Talks. Gotcha.
Get it together
Anyway,
now.
yep.
Y'all have a good night.
Y'all have a good night.